Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Mili reaction. Today we have Cerebrite as requested in my executive producer's queue by Isaac, who just gave me this one. I've seen it a few times, it's just never at the top of the list, so like many other random Mili songs we get, I'm assuming I'm gonna love it because I have yet to hear a bad song from Mili, so I suppose without further ado, let's go! Oh, okay. Gotta put on my listening ears immediately. Why am I surprised? Ooh. Love that dive in there. That vocal dive. I like that snare part there too.
Desires 1, 2, 3, follow me at the 4, 5, 6, start, let's take my hand. Spin and spin, forget all your worries. Spin and spin, forget your identity. Step on my shoulder. This
is a lower register than we usually hear out of Cassie. I kind of love that actually. Like I've heard it before, but it's not too common either. Ooh, ooh! I loved that. That was a beautiful vocal run. God, the build-up on this. A lot more vocal work than usual. How many layers of vocals would that be? I know her vocal stacking is usually really good anyway, but there's something so here, so present about this one. It's very present vocal stack on that song. I don't know if that's because of the mixing or because they had so many layers or what. That's, again, not a bad song. It's Mili, not a single bad song. So I am kind of stumped by this song, not necessarily in any more aggressive way than I usually would be when it comes to the musical side of it, but lyrically I can't tell what the fuck is going on, and I don't know. I feel like that would be on purpose to a degree. I feel like the meaning of this one is so abstract that it's almost distracting in a way. I read through the lyrics after listening, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, Cassie? Like, what's going on here? Like, I couldn't even find a through line of subject matter in this song, aside from maybe minerals, but like, what? You know, like, I don't know how that would apply to the story it was trying to tell, if there was one, you know? Like, this is a song where it's like, it sounds beautiful, and I think the thing that carries it is mostly the vocals in this one. I think that Cassie did an amazing job at creating this diverse version of her own voice and utilized every potential option she had vocally. And again, the stacking of the voices, having however many layers there were of her voice. She does that all the time, but this one felt like they were a lot more present than usual, like I mentioned. So this to me feels like there might have been like 10 to 20 layers of vocals on this just for the backgrounds, not counting the stuff up front for the main melody. So that's a lot, you know, like there's probably more, could be less, but that feels about right, somewhere in that window. There's just enough body in here vocally where I'm like, damn, that really just encompasses everything. And as for the piano, as always with Yamato Kasai doing the most possible, but I think one thing I noticed that was kind of funny about this one is that That's just going like back and forth. That bass line at the very beginning is very present through the whole song. But what I think is kind of funny and maybe intentional is if you use that, you actually get the Mary Had a Little Lamb. Oh, you know, like, and what's even funnier is if you turn these into triad chords, you can get away with the chords that are in this song, including up here. So like if you just... It's all there. Like those chords are present in the song. It's most of the song is built up of just those chords. We also do get C and I think a B flat in this one as well, potentially. Like that's really cool too, because like if we do this, that has such a cool lift. So like there are still factors in this song that are Yamato Kasai specials, playing around with everything, dancing on the ivories, tickling the fuck out of those bitches, and it's so beautiful to hear. But I really do think that Cassie's voice is what makes this song what it is. And I do actually really like that because it usually is the Yamato Kasai show when I talk about the musical stuff in these songs. Like of course it is a band, it's a group effort, and a lot of the time Cassie does help out with the arrangement and some of the composition stuff. Really just depends on the song, but I usually focus on Yamato Kasai purely because I know he's the one doing most of the piano work. To my knowledge, especially the super fancy shit, I'm assuming is just him, you know, just shedding all over the piano. So I always attribute that to him, but I know that Cassie is very much a factor of this, and it's songs like this that make that realization more prominent because she is there. She is a part of this, and her voice, like I said, all of the varieties she had vocally in her tones and everything just adds so much to the composition in this track. Again, couldn't tell you what the song was actually talking about. If it was talking about anything, this might be one of those songs that's purely made to be subjective, and the point of it, the story of it, could be left up to the listener, and that abstraction is entirely valid. I just don't know what the case is, and even after listening to the lyrics and reading them while I was hearing the song again, I'm like, what are you talking about? Why is this here? I couldn't even find a link between those and the instrumental itself, you know? Like, this is just one of those tracks. I don't necessarily think that makes it worse or better than any other Mili songs are, but if we're looking at it as far as the storytelling aspect of Mili's usual work, this would probably be near the bottom because of that factor. I'm perfectly chill with something that's subjective and kind of against the grain when it comes to what the story is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be something telling a story or not? Is something I should never have to ask a question for if the point is to tell a story. But for this one, I just don't know if it is the point. I can't see any way that this was even referencing any of the other stuff, so I don't know if it takes place in the Miliverse or any of that either. I'm just kind of sitting here left scratching my head wondering what it's about, but also appreciating it musically, because that's really where this song plants its feet. It allows Cassie to have a little bit of fun vocally and add all this interesting tones and let us hear more of her low register, because while she sings in that higher, like, I don't want to call it childlike register, definitely just a little bit more pinched up at the top, that's her normal voice as far as I'm aware. But when she opens up and really lets things resonate out through the chest, you can really fucking hear that difference. And I love that aspect of her voice, and I wish she would just do whole songs like that. But it's also possible that this could be like an Iron Mouse situation where like she's comfortable sitting that high, and singing lower in like a normal tone might hurt, you know? Like, I'm not entirely sure what the situation there is. All I know is that I had a good time listening to this one regardless of the story, and I hope everybody did, because this is a really cool song with a bunch of little nuggets of musical goodness in there that I feel like might just get glazed over because of a bunch of other songs being a little bit more entry level on that front. So regardless, it's another Mili song, and like I said, I can't really call it bad. I won't call it bad. It's good in its own ways, but if I were to classify it based on the story or the impact on the Miliverse entirely, it would be at the bottom. But that's also not a rating system that holds any water, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's a good Mili song, and that's all it has to be. But I think I'm done yapping about it now, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to another Mili song or a song by anyone, by all means, drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if, like Isaac did, you want to guarantee that I listen to something, you can always go to my Patreon and guarantee it there in the executive producer tier. Doesn't matter who it's by, what it's from, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!